Hello everybody and welcome back to the Mega YouTuber. Let's go. Y'all know what's happening? I'm going to be telling you about the Pokemon region that I made. It's called the Dercinia Region. It's based off of kind of DC, Virginia, West Virginia, Maryland, North Carolina, the states in that general area. So, with most, if not all, Pokemon regions, there's a general gimmick that has to it, something new that's introduced. And oh boy, I think this is something that people have been waiting for a long time that's probably never going to be in Pokemon. This region, the Dercinia region, is going to be introducing dual type moves. The Dercinia region, and whatever name this is going to take, is based off of duality. So it only makes sense that a region based on duality would have dual type moves. Now, these moves obviously would have two types, a little self-explanatory. For example, the legendary Pokemon Volcanith, I can't pronounce their name, has like I forget if it's a water or fire type move, but it has something to do with steam because they're a water fire type Pokemon. And it would have been really neat if that was a fire water type move had they had dual type moves in the game. So here's how it would work. Imagine if your opponent brought out a grass type. Volcanith would focus that steam-like move and have it focus on the fire type rather than the water type, being super effective. Then the foe would take out a fire type, and then Volcanith would focus on the water type. That's how dual type moves will work. They have multiple types, but the Pokemon will focus on the type that does more damage. And certain Pokemon will have triple type moves. Triple the intensity, like the starters, the final starter evolutions, and the legendaries. Now, this region is mostly based on Virginia. Anyone who knows me in real life will probably know why I'm biased to that. But, yeah. So, another thing about this region, I'll go more in depth on this in my legendaries, but the two legendary Pokemon were very chaotic. They caused massive destruction wherever they went. And once they picked a fight with Palkia and Dialga, the ones who control time and space. So they decided to put them apart. They sealed one of the legendary Pokemon in one timeline, and they sealed off the other legendary Pokemon in this timeline. And another legendary Pokemon unique to the Dercinia region made copies of the other two to keep them in balance. The yin to the yang in one, and the yin to the yang in the other. Once again, I'll go more in depth on that in the legendaries video. But this is where the main story kicks in. There are two timelines exactly parallel to the other, but two different timelines means that there's some things that are due to change, like some Dercinian region Pokemon being wildly different, like Eevee, for example. Eevee is normal in one timeline, and Dercinian in the other timeline. I'll go more in depth on that when I do those videos about the Dercinian Pokemon. But this also means that the main story in the game will be about traversing through the different timelines, and depending on which game you're playing, you'll have to defeat one of the chaotic legendaries and team up with one of the helpful legendaries, and it will be different for each game that you get, like I just said. But yeah, that is the Dercinia region. Also, little note, Dercinia is literally just DC, Virginia. I'll leave you to guess how I made that amazing name. But yeah, I'll do the starters next video, which will be coming out next week. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And hey, for most people in school, I mean, Christmas break starts in a week.